Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, got another deck profile for you guys today. This time I updated my Trickstar deck from the April 2019 ban list, moving into the May 2019 format. I did some slight changes, nothing too big, because Trickstars didn't really get hit or anything, and which I'm happy for. Super Poly is now at 2, so I figured now I could run that at 2 in my deck a little bit more effectively. But I had to figure out what card should I drop down just in case, because I still want to keep this deck at least at 40 cards minimum. And plus, with Pot of Desires, it kind of makes it easier for me to grind through my deck a little faster in case if I accidentally banish one Super Poly, I have another one in backup for that. So, anyway, let me go and show you what I got this time around. Alright, so starting off, I'm going to be playing 3 Candina. This is your Stratos. Searches out any of your Trickstar cards. Next, we got the best card in the entire deck, Trickstar Licorice, which lets you bounce back one of your Trickstar monsters to special summon this, and it burns your opponent for any time he adds cards to his hand, not just from deck to hand, but also from grave to hand. And shoutouts to my friend Owen for helping me get these ultimate rares. I'm really happy with these. I still love playing with these, so yeah, they're really great. 2 Trickstar Corabanes, a Cyber Dragon / Honest, so handy whenever you need it, and it's just a good way for Trickstars to beat over really powerful monsters. 1 Lilybell for direct attacks and recursion. And recursion is very important with this deck, so you definitely want to manage your resources as best as you can. Next, 3 Cyber Dragon. It's really good for spot removal, and if you're actually up against a Cyber Dragon deck and they control one, you could just use their Cyber Dragon and just use that for fusion material for your own Chimera attacks. So definitely busted in its own right. Another good card, Eater of Millions, which outs cards like Borreload and Boral Sword Dragon. So just to permanently get rid of certain monsters. For hand traps, playing 3 Drone Lockbird, definitely want to stop your opponent from setting off from all his searches. Ash Blossom's a pretty generic hand trap, and then Effect Veiler, which is just a cheaper version of Infinite Impermanence. And that's pretty much it for my monster lineup. Alright, so moving on to spells and traps. For spells, of course, you're going to be playing 3 Trickstar Light Stage, searches out all your Trickstar monsters, so it's kind of a Rhoda-ish card. 2 Terraforming. 3 Called by the Grave, just to stop certain hand traps from get help from stunning you, and you definitely want to try to get all of your combo pieces as much as you can. 2 Pot of Desires, 2 Super Poly, and then 1 Scapegoat. And for my traps, I'm still playing 3 Trickstar Reincarnation. This is your Monster Reborn, and then lastly 2 copies of Grand Horn of Heaven. 3 was kind of bricky. I began to realize that, so I think 2 is just fine. You just generally want to stun your opponent, make him lose a main phase depending on which one he's on, force him into his battle phase, and if he has no monsters, he's just going to have to go straight into his main phase too. And if you happen to have the second one set as well, if he tries to, rebuild a new board, stop him again, and his turn automatically comes to an end. The only bad drawback to this card is that your opponent gets to draw a card, but if Licorice is out, that's fine, you get to burn him for more damage. Alright, so moving on to the extra deck, I'm playing Holly Angel. It's a pretty standard Trickstar Link monster. Same with the new Trickstar Diva Ritas, which came from Cyber Strike. And from Dual Power, I'm finally adding in Foxglove Witch, which is basically just desserts, only just doesn't burn as much. But it's still a pretty handy card. It's just really funny to pull. So, yeah. For our Scapegoat targets, it's Link Haribo, Link Spider, and then Mrs. Radiant. Next, we got our Nightmares, Phoenix, and Unicorn. Definitely want to get as much spot removal as you can. And for non-targeting spot removal, Ningirsu is definitely a must. Next, we got Topologic Trisbana, which just devastates back row decks. So, yeah. And then lastly, Borreload Dragon. And that's pretty much it for the links. For the Cyber Dragons, I'm running Fortress Dragon. Just need all machine monsters plus a Cyber Dragon. 1 Mega Fleet Dragon. Starting Venom Fusion Dragon as a Super Poly target, as well as Violet Chimera. So, yeah. And then for the side deck, it's a pretty standard side deck. I still feel like Winged Dragon Raw Sphere Mode is definitely a must to have right now, because even though Danger Thunder got the biggest hit, it's still going to be one of the best decks, so you definitely want to get around their Morphage Goliath, because they can still summon it. It's just not as easy as it was with Dark Matter Dragon. And then we also have card decks like the Endymion Pendulum, which can build their boards with a bunch of negates, and you need to get rid of those negates as much as you can. 3 Dino Wrestler Pankratops, which is pretty good against almost everything, really. even Sky Strikers. For back row decks, especially that new Mystic Mind Burn, or Moshido as it was originally called, you definitely got to prepare for that because that deck is so trolly and gimmicky. It's no doubt going to be one of the best decks, so 3 copies of Twin Twizzlers. You got to get rid of that field spell, otherwise you can't use monster effects, period. Next, Evenly Matched, which is good against any deck that just builds up on boards. And this also works really well against the Mystic Mind Burn because, you know, it just forces them to clear out their boards, and they're just going to have to stick to that field spell. And that field spell is just going to be vulnerable, so yeah. But also good against Draco, it's good against Pendulum decks, Salamangrates, all that good stuff. And lastly, for any back row heavy deck that runs so many traps, Red Reboot. I mean, come on, y'all saw this coming. And if you really think about it, these do count as hand traps, so yeah. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoy this. I know I didn't get into too much detail with the cards, but by now everyone should already know what Trickstars do, so yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you guys again next time.